Hi Spidey fans, it's your friendly neighbourhood, the ultimate Spider-Man fan here, and I was going to leave this for maybe a wee while, but I'm actually recording this right after exporting my last reading video again, because I'm on chapter 32 now, and there's actually only 3 pages in this, so we're going to get it done. So, and yes, Spidey fans, as you can tell, I am literally nearly done with the book, literally nearly done. So, yeah, for the last chapter, it might be a different. You might not get the screenshots. I'm possibly going to save the last chapter for whenever I get my Insomniac suit. I might come on camera with it and finish off the chapter like I did in the first video before one of my Spidey fans commented saying I should put like some screenshots in the background, which actually I was going to do that before, but I wanted to come on camera. So for the last chapter, I'm going to be on camera for the last chapter, hopefully, and I mean it. Chapter 32. Bingham had no way of knowing how long he had been in the lab. There were no newspapers or television broadcasts. The TV didn't work like the one in the other room where he could just turn on and there would be shows. Here there was nothing on at all unless he chose something. At first he was glad not to have to argue with anyone about what he watched. He could sit in his room and watch what he wanted for as long as he wanted, or even watch the same thing over and over again. After the fun of that wore off, however, he began to get lonely. The doctors and techs and guards didn't make conversation with him. When he asked if he could go back into his room, he was told there was he was told there was no one left there. They were all gone. That meant they had died. He knew that, but he didn't want to say it out loud. That sounded bad, and it took away from what was really good. They had died, yes, but Bingham had survived. He could do what none of the others could. He could live. His mind was working differently. He knew that. They gave him tests where he had to answer questions or write things down or pick shapes or talk about pictures. He didn't always understand the test, but he could tell he impressed them. He'd never done well on tests before, and he liked the feeling. His body was changing too. He had grown lean and muscular, even though he hadn't worked hard to get it that way. He hadn't changed how he ate, and he never lifted weights except for the lab techs, except when the lab techs asked him to. It happened from the medicine. He could jump now, crazy distances that made no sense, and he could climb walls, even smooth ones. Sometimes they made him fight the guards, and at first he hated it. Bingham had always hated fighting because he would get hurt. He wasn't getting hurt anymore, and he discovered he liked being good at fighting. These guys would come in with their shirts off, trying to look tough with their big muscles, but Bingham was stronger. He was faster. He somehow knew what they were going to do before they did it. His body reacted without him telling it what to do. When can I fight again? He would ask the director, and the director would smile like he had a secret. One time he attacked the director. He didn't remember it well. It was like there had been a fog in his mind. The guards must have stopped him though, because the director kept coming. Each time he entered with guards already pointing their guns. Bingham understood things that people said, but he also understood what they meant when they said nothing. But that was new too. He was smarter now. It was like the medicine had cleared the fog away. He could see things in a way he had never seen them before, and he would make connections. They would make him a hamburger instead of just eating it. He would understand things about hamburgers, like where it had come from and how someone had to cook it. He would suddenly realise that all the hamburgers he'd ever eaten had become part of him, that he was part hamburger. Not all of them, apart. He couldn't come into contact with something without it changing him, and without him changing it. Understanding this gave him a kind of power, but he didn't want to use this power yet. Not yet. He was waiting for the right time. One day the director came into his room. There were 4 guards with him, and they all had guns pointed at Benham. He didn't mind the guards with the guns. They wouldn't shoot him unless he did something. Though now he looked at them and wondered if he could get the guns away from them without being hurt. In his head he saw how he would do it. How he would do it, how they wouldn't be able to stop him. But Benham didn't do it because he was afraid the director might get mad at him. What if they stopped giving him his medicine? That frightened him the most. The boss is very disappointed with you, the director said. This upset Benham. He felt panicked and couldn't figure out what he had done wrong. Maybe he should take the guns away from the guards before they did something to him. But Benham decided he would turn the page. Spidey-Fans. What was that last one? But Benham decided he would listen a little more to what the director was saying. It was the sort of thing he could understand that he had never understood, he had never understood before. What did I do? It's not your fault, Michael, the director said, but the medicine doesn't work in you the way the boss wanted it to. He wanted to cure a disease. Do I have a disease? This was alarming news. Benham had never felt healthy. No, you don't, but from the way your body responds to the medicine, we can tell if it would cure this disease. The boss had hoped your body would react one way, but it reacted another way instead. It made me able to do things, Benham said. Yes, it did, the director agreed. Let me ask you a question, Michael. Do you know who Spider-Man is? Benham thought about that night on the street. He needed help, but Spider-Man had ignored him. He wondered about that for a while, and he decided that Spider-Man wasn't real. He was like one of those stories about old gods and heroes, but now Benham could do so many things that Spider-Man was supposed to be able to. There was really only one conclusion. There's only one conclusion he could draw. He hadn't seen a real person that night. He'd seen his own figure. I'm Spider-Man, Benham said. The director said nothing for a very long time. He looked at Benham and blinked a great deal. A sure sign he was trying to figure something out. Benham knows that sort of thing now. I think the boss will be happy to hear that, he said at last. After that, they began giving him a lot more of the medicine, and they began his training in a very different way. Yes, by fans, that's what I mean. It was only a few chapters. Sorry, a few pages. And I'm on the chapter 33. Yes. Oh, I'm getting near the end. Well, like I said, Spidey-Fans, I actually have enjoyed reading this with you. Alright, I know somebody's probably got frustrated watching these with me stuttering a lot, but it just happens a lot. Well, sometimes. But other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see all you Spidey-Fans in all of my next epic Spidey videos. It's your friendly neighbourhood Spider Cop. Over and out. Thwip, 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 thwip.